to very, very terrible. Today we're going to look at Aegislash in Pokemon Unite, featuring a speed build using our Float Stone and X Speed combo, in addition to our Weakness Policy and Scope Lens for the attack boost. We also have our Float Stone to increase the movement speed by 20% when this Pokemon is not in combat, and also increasing the attack stat by 24, which is not bad. We are basically trying to split and run at the right second after doing a lot of damage with our Sacred Sword. We can actually play Wide Guard at the right moment, at the right second, just when we are going to receive damage. We're going to put up a big shield and then run away after shoving our opponent. So Wide Guard, we're going to go for that right now. We're going to come back to our items later. Wide Guard is going to help us shove our opponent after using the shield, not only giving us a shield, sorry, this is Sacred Sword, not only giving us a shield, but also shoving all opposing Pokemon in front of you, in front of Aegislash, for a split second, and also reducing their movement speed for a short time as well. And that actually gives you the perfect setup to run away right after dealing a billion damage to their Pokemons, to a lot of their Pokemons, after playing a Sacred Sword for 1,000, for a lot of boost counts. We're gonna go for boost counts later, but boost count is gonna help you do a lot of damage, and that actually gives you enough time to play Wide Guard. While you're attacking, you're not gonna receive damage, obviously, unless if they play special attacks. And also, we actually get to play this shield at the right time, so that we get to run away and give time for our opponent to basically, give time for our teammates to knock out all of our enemies, all of the opposing Pokemon. So after doing a lot of damage, we actually have to rely on our teammates to finish off the enemies, to finish off all opposing Pokemons, and that means we are not actually knocking out that many Pokemons. This is not an MVP build, this is a winning build. It actually helps you win a lot of games, but it doesn't give you the MVP. It's very important to know that, because if you want to go for MVP, you actually have to go for attack, and then maybe focus band to basically help you survive a bit longer. But we actually want to be surviving in a very different way by playing a different strategy, using speed instead of attack, and also defense. We have our speed build instead. We also have different boost emblems as well. We'll get to that later. But we want to be focusing on doing as much damage with our Sacred Sword, which we are going to go for right now. So Sacred Sword actually helps you do a lot of damage after boosting your next basic attack. So boost count, the minute you use this attack, depending on how many Pokemon that you're attacking with this move, if you damage, for example, 3 opposing Pokemons from the opposing team, if you damage Pokemons from the opposing team, you get to increase the boost count unlimited amount of times. If you damage wild Pokemon though, you only get to increase the boost count up to a maximum of 2. If you increase the boost count, what that means is that you actually get to boost the basic attack for your next basic attack that you're using. You get to boost the amount of damage that you're doing by slicing through again after doing the first move. You actually get to slice through a second time, and even more times depending on how many boost counts you have. If you strike 5 of the opposing Pokemon, for example, if you strike the maximum of all 5 enemies with Sacred Sword, you actually get to slice through 5 more times after using Sacred Sword, after using the first strike, after hitting all 5 Pokemons at the same time. So that means you actually have to, hit all 5 opponents, which is quite a tall order. But if you hit 2 or 3, that's enough for you to slice through a lot of times. And boosting is actually a big deal, because you're not only doing a lot more damage with your basic attack, you are also increasing the user's attack for a short time in the triangular zone. If the triangular zone deals damage to the opposing Pokemon, that means after using this move, you are increasing the attack of this Pokemon, and you are basically doing more damage with the boosted attack. You're not only boosting the basic attack, you're doing more damage with the boosted basic attack as well. Not only that, for a short time, if you can read this, for a short time after the slash hits, damage dealt by the user partially ignores the defense of all opposing Pokemon. So that means you're doing way more damage than usual. Way more damage, 3 times more as normal, if you use Sacred Sword for as much boosted damage as you can. If you can slice through as much as possible, make sure you do that. Against wild Pokemon though, you can only boost up to twice. You can only slice through up to 2 times after using your Sacred Sword. So we want to be going for Sacred Sword instead of Shadow Claw, just because we are not focusing too much on crit rate, but we want to be using, Scope Lens just to help us do as much damage with our Sacred Sword. Obviously, if you play Scope Lens, it's better to play Shadow Claw, but I prefer to play Scope Lens with, Sacred Sword, just because you get to slice through so many times. Eventually, you're gonna get a crit rate at some point. And we also have our Weakness Policy to basically increase the amount of damage, increase our attack stat by 2.5% each time we receive damage. and it is not max grade, but if you receive damage, you actually get to increase your attack stat for each time that you receive damage. You also get to increase this percentage the more times you receive damage from your opponent's Pokemon. So that means you actually get, for only a short time, you actually get to increase the attack stat, and you also get to do it more and more times. You get to basically increase the percentage more and more and more. So that's the power of weakness policy. We also have our scope lens to increase the crit rate, critical hit rate, and also critical hit damage by a lot of percentage. We have our boost emblems, which we're gonna get to right now, to basically increase our attack by a lot. We have full six emblems to basically increase attack by 4%, and also 4 white emblems to increase our HP by 2%, and 2 purple to help us increase our special defense by 2% as well. We have Mewtwo to reduce our cooldown rate by 0.3%, which is not a lot, but is actually enough if you can attack enough times, if you can basically survive that long. And we actually got through to Ultra Rank. This build got me to Ultra Rank from Veteran Class 3, and I have been stuck in Veteran Class 3 for so long. I finally got through to Class 2 to Class 1 and got through all the way to Ultra Rank with this build, and I'm very happy to say that this is the best Aegislash that I've ever played with, and I love this build so much. Aegislash speed build is way better than attack build. If you don't want to go for MVP though, if you want to go for MVP, make sure you add other cards to other items. You use other items instead of the float stone to basically give you more damage or help you survive a bit longer, like a focus band or buddy barriers, stuff like that. I prefer to play with speed just because it helps you not only survive a lot longer, but it also helps you do other stuff while you're alive. While you're running away, you can do something else as well. So you always have to rely on your teammate to knock out the opposing Pokemon after doing damage. They can still heal their Pokemon with Leftover, Shell Bell, or any other way like, Blissey, 𝐂𝐫𝐞𝐝. They can still heal their Pokemon after you do damage and run away. So make sure you're aware of that. It's not a surefire win, but it's still a very good strategy. We are basically doing a lot of damage and leaving those weak Pokemon to deal with our high HP teammates. Our teammates would essentially have a lot of HP, and they can actually deal with them after we have done a lot of damage, after we have basically sacrificed our own HP to do that much damage to our opponent's Pokemon, to all opposing Pokemon, if we can, to as many as we can. So that's all for this build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go for it. We also have 1.7% crit rate, by the way, playing our gold Apom, our first gold emblem for our crit rate. If you guys have any other gold or silver emblems, make sure you play it. We don't have it yet. We're just gonna make do with what we have, and that's why we are playing, all those bronzes as well. But this particular arrangement is pretty consistent, so we're gonna stick to it. And now let's go for some gameplay and see how well it works. We have Blastoise, Venusaur, Blissey, and Garchomp in our team. We got Garchomp, so we should be fine, I think. Garchomp is crazy, yo. Garchomp and Scizor, I say, is possibly the strongest one right now. Buzzwole as well. I mean, those Pokemons are just madness. So we actually got the Central Path all to ourselves, which is great. That means you can evolve much easier. So make sure you evolve as fast as you can, just because Doublade and the basic, I forgot the basic Pokemon's name. So the basic Pokemon and the stage 1 actually have an ability that reduces the defense. It has basically 0 defense, but also for that it is doing a lot more damage though. So it's taking and also doing a lot more damage with this ability. For the stage 2 though, if you evolve into Aegislash, it has a different ability. So make sure you're aware of the ability, read them through, and have a read through and get to know them, and make sure you are familiar with them. So the abilities matter a lot for every Pokemon. Aegislash's ability is equally important as the basic and the stage 1. So Doublade and the basic is basically having the no guard ability, reducing and doing a lot of damage at the same time, whereas Aegislash has the form ability, where if you attack with Aegislash, if you use Sacred Sword or Shadow Claw, you are transforming into an attack form, and that means you are basically doing a lot more damage with Aegislash. While also, as you can see, we didn't use our XP though, but we did use, I suppose, our Float Stone at that point. So we got pretty close to a knockout. We got pretty close to being knocked out. but we managed to run away, fortunately, at the last second. So Aegislash, if you use your shield, you're basically transforming into the defense form, and that means you are raising the defense and special defense of Aegislash while you are in that form. That means it's taking way less damage, whereas if you are in attack form, it's going to take a lot more damage while doing a lot more damage at the same time. So that means basically, well, before you are evolved, before Aegislash is a stage 2 Pokemon, before you get to the stage 2 point, you actually have the attack form ability. Because you are taking a lot of damage and also doing a lot at the same time, you can't actually transform into the defense form, unfortunately. There's no such thing as defense form for the basic and stage 1. Okay, over-explaining as usual, sorry guys, but it's important to know every single detail there is to know about everything in any game that you play, because it matters. Like, every game is so tight because every player is so good now. You actually have no room for any mistakes or no room to look past the tiny details. So we killed the Talonflame by luck, I guess. And here comes the 𝐿𝐿. I don't think we stand a chance. We should be running. But we did our shield and... Okay, we use our Unite move. I think we should be good here. There we go. Pretty confident with the attack. Normally I would run away. I don't know what's happening. And the Bunnelby is actually disrupting us from scoring the goal. Pretty annoying, the bloody Bunnelby. Okay, we're gonna get 𝐿𝐿 right now. We're gonna finish off the 𝐿𝐿. And we're just gonna get some more coins. X speed is super useful at the right time, because normally when your opponent sees an Aegislash, they're just gonna gang up on it, right? They're gonna gang up on the Aegislash because they know it has very low defense. And that's basically when you should be splitting and running. You should only be attacking a lot of your enemies if you are prepared to die, not playing a speed build, or if you're prepared with, you know, multiple teammates, you know, at the ready, in sight, you know, basically in the bush or somewhere, hiding. And Machamp almost killed us, but we managed to kill it, not with X speed, because we didn't actually get to use it. It is in cooldown mode. We actually had to use our Unite move, which is not a smart deal though, but oh well. We got a knockout anyways. And I forgot to talk about the Unite move. So if you knock out a Pokemon with the Unite move, you are increasing the boost count by 1. That means you actually get to do more damage with your next basic attack. So annoying thing about the Switch console is that sometimes you target the wrong Pokemon. We actually went the backwards direction just now, which is pretty annoying. So I adjusted the setting into you know, attack the nearest Pokemon in sight, and it should really be attacking the Aegislash, but for some reason they keep targeting the Baltoy. I don't know why it keeps targeting Baltoy. So we managed to kill the Blissey, and this is the point where we use the X speed at just the right time to run away from the Talonflame, because Talonflame is mad strong and it's definitely going to be able to kill our Aegislash, especially in attack mode. So attack mode actually has a lot more speed as well. When you are in attack mode, you have a lot more speed, and with our Float Stone and the X speed as well, we actually get to run away a lot faster. So as you can see right now, we use our White Guard at just the right time and run away with no X speed, but we did have our Float Stone to help us run away a lot quicker than usual. And we did manage to return home at just the right time. We should be getting 𝐿𝐿 right now. Another 𝐿𝐿. Okay, we're gonna get it. We're gonna check first to see if there's anyone inside, because they always hide in the bushes. They always fucking hide in the bushes and steal the motherfucking 𝐿𝐿 at the last minute. It's so annoying. Fucking annoying when they do that. Sneaky bastards, right? Those sneaky fucking bastards. But I think they are kind of scattered. I can see Machamp with Garchomp and 𝐿𝐿 with Blissey, and Blissey kind of trying to score goals somewhere. A bit too far though. So I guess we should be fine. And Blastoise and Venusaur is kind of scouting. They're kind of spotting me while I'm killing 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐜. So thank you to Blastoise and 𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷. And Blastoise actually finished off the 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐜 for us. And here comes Machamp. So we wanted to run away, but seeing Blastoise inside, we actually went for it. So all thanks to Blastoise, we got the confidence. Because we have very low HP, not just HP, but also HP is actually boosted by our emblems. We have 2% more HP, but we have a lot less defense because we have nothing to boost our defense and special defense. So Aegislash is super weak. It's super weak if it gets hit against Decidueye, especially if Decidueye uses his Unite move, it can kill your Aegislash within seconds. So make sure you're aware, make sure you watch out for Decidueye, Sylveon, Gardevoir, all those special attackers especially. They can do a lot of damage. I don't know why, but special attacks do way more on Aegislash than attacks, I feel. I could be wrong though. Okay, here comes Rayquaza. Let's get him. Venusaur. Masquerade Venusaur is here. And look at that. Sacred Sword actually helps us cut through stone. Sacred Sword cuts through stone. Because if you read the description, it actually says cut through the ground. And then, you know, the ground actually bursts through with hidden power or something like that. So it's basically cutting through the ground. And since it's cutting through the ground, it kind of makes sense that it can, you know, go through the wall. Because it has to go through the ground first. And Blissey's dead. So we got Shield, but, you know, Shield really isn't doing much for Aegislash. They can quite easily pop off the Shield in seconds. Because Aegislash has super low defense and special defense. Not that much HP as well. I wouldn't say the boost emblems is doing much in terms of HP. So we're trying to guard our goal. Guard our goal post by scouting at the same time. We should be returning though. We should be returning to base and jumping there. I don't know why I walked all the way through. And here comes Eldegoss. We're just gonna kill off the Eldegoss right now. It's quite easy to kill a support on its own. So we should really be watching out for any enemies in sight, because normally they would actually, you know, come together in groups. But we got lucky against the Eldegoss for that game, for this game. Because there's nothing but the Eldegoss. So we got pretty lucky. We should be checking first, right? Always check first. And 4, 3, 2, 1, finish. Not too strong a finish, but we still scored some goals. So not bad. And who won the game? Of course we won, like by a mile, because we got Rayquaza, we got so many things. And we actually got the MVP as well. Pretty surprising, because Blastoise got a few more knockouts, I guess. We got 12 knockouts though. We got 12 knockouts. So I guess this was a pretty bold, we got pretty lucky, I guess. So this was Veteran Class 2. I'm actually in Ultra Class 5 now. So this one actually got me through all the way to Ultra, which I'm very proud of. Still no Master yet, but it got me to Ultra in days though. It's just insane. So that's all for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this new combo. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, people. Enjoy your life.